reliable stuns. String
Okay. Okay.
Your lane is going to be pretty good. Lifestealer doesn't do much against you. You actually hurt Lifestealer a fair amount because Light of Fist, right? I think we can have a really solid game. If they play a bit of win condition, like in the mid-early game, and they transition into Spectre late game, I think this game could go for Quincy. Not siding completely with one. But that's level 28.
Pretty darn impressive, if I do say so myself. Those are great points you're bringing up, Avo. I absolutely agree with you. I just think the issue is both of these teams. Not really both of these teams. I'll just say, like, basically your damage dealers in this mid game. Vata in the Wata.
All right.
It just seems like a dangerous game because the one stun that we can say, I don't know if I'd call it reliable, especially because Ember with Sleight of Fist is not always going to get stunned by a Carapace, but you just need the one stun. And the same thing can be said of both teams, right? Puck, one stun, there's a silence, there's a stun, there's lots of damage, and a Lion Finger to kill you, if not a Hex on top. Lifestealer, same thing, you know, silence into a stun, into just killed 100 to 0. Ember suffers from the same problem. Earth Spirit as well hates being caught behind enemy lines if he gets a bad roll or even misses one. So it's a pretty dicey game, very, very high on the execution, and a lot of this game is going to be, yet again, on snaking. At least this time around, he's not very likely to use the ultimate on that many satyrs this time. Nice double impale. There he is, just showing, he's shutting me up there. Double impale immediately.
Okay, I think snaking. What do you think you can do to satyrs this time? Do you vendetta the satyrs? Do you impale the satyrs?
You know what you do? You mana burn them and say, ha, how do you like it now?
Oh, that's true, yeah. I mean, you know what snaking can actually do that's very smart? You can sit around the satyrs and then impale through them, right? Like you're some sort of, oh my god, he's getting these impales like they're targeted, man. What? Snaking. You can see when someone's a Nyx picker in the first minute of the game, honestly.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yet again, I do love how Tundra are going to go ahead and apply some nice aggro pressure down bottom. They are looking to mirror... No, not quite. Apologies. We do have already... that's LOA rotating to the top lane without boots to support the Spectre. Again, difficult lane, though, versus 33.
You have been denied.
Not as favorable. I think this is another game where... You know, honestly, if Quincy had the exact same draft as they did last game, I think I might like it a little bit more.
Really? I like their draft. I like their carry particularly a fair amount. I think Spectre's a solid pick. Even if Lifestealer has a good matchup again. I like what you said, right? I thought your point was very good about you can pretty much kill anything on the map as long as you catch them. You have a relative, I mean, I wouldn't say a fast lineup, but you have a good pick-off lineup, right? And again, it's the Quincy lineup. You've got good lanes, you snowball off them. I like it. The problem is I feel like Tundra has figured this out with a constant tri-lane down bottom to cancel for Lelis. And if you beat him in his lane, like I said, he doesn't know what he's not good at recovering, or it's not what they play him for. They don't even give him heroes to do that. Like they pick him Vano, they pick him Viper. He's meant to win the lane and dominate from there. It's been a while since see Lelis play something that's like...
I don't know if they do end up picking a lot of Lelis Axe. Fortunately, wasn't able to catch too many of Quincy's games during the DPC, other than the, of course, infamous tiny toss buyback game versus EG. So how could you miss that one?
I got a bunch of their games, but to be honest, it was kind of a stompy game, except against EG. And against Undying, even they looked really strong. That's why I feel like they can play this style. Oh. That's why I feel like they can play this style so often. They get to practice it a lot because oftentimes they get to win their lanes, which sometimes gives them a lack of practice for playing from behind. 3-3 in the top lane. Might just die here. Oh, last Timber Chain. That Fairy Fire surprised them. This tri-lane is working, of course, in favor of Tundra down bottom, but it's kind of crushing 3-3 in the early levels. The good thing, though, is we've seen Timbersaw recover, like S4 yesterday, for example. It's entirely possible for this hero, who farms super fast, to recover from a bad lane, especially once you hit level 3 and you have the second point of reactive armor.
9 already with the bottle. Quinn about to get his delivered here by the courier. Is going to go ahead and chug that one real quick, refill the water bottle, making sure he's staying hydrated through this long day. Of course, we got 3 best of 3s on over on the A and B stream, which you guys are currently catching. Thank you for tuning in to the main event here.
We appreciate you. Thank you for being...
Great Dota. Great Dota. Coming on to support the NA squad, the again sole representative of NA Dota. EG, of course, getting invites, but I think from what I heard, Ice preferred to go back home.
It's incredibly offensive to the one NA player and EU team snaking. The true NA player doing the inverse of going to a different region. Respect him a bit. You are American yourself.
It's true. It's very, very true. It's 33 eventually. It's gonna pay off for him, or it's not gonna pay off for him actually. This tri lane now starting to get a bit difficult. Now they'll rotate snaking up. He is only level 1, however, so he might struggle a little bit here to actually be able to buy enough space.
Staking is like, it's just like World War II. All these Europeans can't even hold themselves off. It's so difficult to have to go help their lanes. And now hopefully 3-3 can have an easier time. He's to hit the level 3, otherwise the lane's going to be very difficult. I love the build by SVG as well. Monitoring, very important. To just cancel 3-3's idea to just walk around with a Timber chain and be invulnerable to them.
Oh, look at the Fata down bottom though. MSS connecting on the roll into the smash. They got him down just like that. Lawless with a ton of damage here. And in fact, Skitter is really starting to struggle. Lawless this time finishing off the urn early like he did last game, but the big difference is this time they're getting early kills. MSS looking for another one. He's actually got the grip already leveled to prevent the rage from coming through, but without the urn to follow up damage here, Skitter is going to be able to stay alive. Fata bringing a healing salve back over, is going to be able to regen up high enough to be able to fight a bit more in this lane, but this lane's not going as nice as I thought it would for Skitter.
I mean, he's gonna last hits, right? He's just losing a bunch of HP. You have to expect it against Viper. Even a winning lane against Viper with like the best matchup of Viper against the Viper is the Abaddon, right? When you have an Abaddon 5 or even a carry, of course, and that destroys the Viper. But even then, all you can muster is pushing Lilith out of lane. Don't let him have too many last hits and getting your own last hits. You're still gonna have to buy a bunch of regen, and that's why I think Fata is the perfect support here, because Ancient Apparition does nothing, but you can at least waste your gold on giving Skitter some more regen instead of him wasting his own farm.
It's true. The attack speed slow is pretty brutal, or sorry, the move speed slow that he carries here on the Chilling Touch is super annoying as well for a hero like the Earth Spirit that MSS is playing. Fata, what's he got coming? Is it boots already? He'd do well to get boots as early as he can, but like you said, he's just going to be forced to buy now even more regen. There's a second salve. That's not going to be for him, especially with a full stack of tangos. That's going to be an emergency salve should they need it here for Skitter.
Mid lane 9 has been doing a really impressive job against Quinn. Despite the matchup not being too favorable, they're keeping, honestly, really tight in terms of last hits. 3-3 can finally lane thanks to the second point in the passive. He's not going to die as soon as he can at least start to recover. And they've stopped the threat of the Viper. Still decent lanes by Quincy, but much like last game, is not the domination they're hoping for. Instead, just a slight advantage.
So much damage being dealt to this Timber, though.
Now it's fine. Now you have the reactive armor. Like I said, the level 2 is such a huge point of inflection. It even got nerfed and it's still powerful.
Bottle sip courtesy of 9 as he TPs back on into the mid lane. Quinn now up to level 6. Cheeky Orb of Corrosion, then into the bonus armor item of the Phase Boots is down bottom. They make another play towards Fata, but he has the TP away in time. After the Rolling Boulder comes through, being level 1, we don't have another follow-up stun from MSS.
Fata know there's a point where they're not going to be able to go on Skitter any longer. The Skitter will be always able to get away. Oh wait, Timber dies in the top lane. Easy kill again for Quincy crew. V3 playing a bit cockily here. Even second point in Timber chain, but he just can't get close to the creep.
Yeah, the issue was they rotated 2 heroes mid lane versus an Ember. It does feel kind of necessary to do that. Otherwise, he can just snag the power rune with ease thanks to his remnants. So Snaking able to at least get the DD rune down bottom. That means he's not fighting top lane. Furthermore, Tundra actually kind of made having both supports there a bit redundant because 9 was already up to level 6 and was committing, willing to commit rather the Dream Coil just to hold down Quinn. So it's a bit unfortunate. Tundra, I think, kind of overcommitting their resources into the mid lane. I think that's a fine play if you don't use the coil there. A really good strat for a Yawar, though, who is going to be going, it looks like, into the Echo Saber.
He's actually very close to it, honestly. Really good start for a Spectre that's going for this build, as you're hoping to get the constant killing. Now when the Lying hits Sizzles, and MSS will just go in as well.
Underneath the tower here.
Yeah, plenty of damage. Though.
There's a stun him up. They have a little bit more damage. Another Loose Orb is ready. LOA needs to connect the stun if they're going to hope for the kill. It's a short little hop over there with the Johns. As Quinn now continuing to chase. They're not going to get the cold feet to connect the roll on in. There's the Haunt even from Yawar, who joins the fun. Fata now surrounded by 4 enemy heroes will be taken down.
Hey, because
Yawar. Yeah, just TP'ing in to get a little bit of gold experience and doesn't really want to be top lane anyway. Much longer because 33 is closing in on level 6.
I think I suspect you can still tank this somewhat for now, especially if a support comes and joins. You don't want to get the free tower to Timber either if you can help it. But that kill is very valuable. Kill on the Pug, using your Hunt early. It was the same rotation that last game happened.
Oh, the great stun from Fog out from LOA. They have MSS here nearby, just needs to hit him with the silence. Beautifully done. Leslau just giving them the vision and a cheeky little rotation that now you can use this terrain here, this nice little path, and just connecting the stun perfectly there. No chance to get off the rage for Skitter.
Partially it's also because your water rotates stopped that forced rotation from Puck as well, because he was thinking of taking the tower. And then they can't rotate and help his teammates as he needs to right in the mid lane snaking. Could be in trouble. The two spirits looking for kills here. 9 nearby. There is a Dream Coil available. Quinn has the Flame Guard. Dream Coil that missed, right? Yeah. Snaking. Will die here for free. Fanta, another kill. Quincy dominating the early game with a silence. 9. Can they kick him again? 9 has nothing to escape with for now. The damage is quite high, but 9 now has a phase shift plus the Illusory Orb. There's a trick used one last time, but the Fire Spirits or Remnants are chasing after him. Quinn will not get this kill. Instead, they'll manage to do so against the Timber in the top lane. Alright, Quincy's back to full form this game, I'd say.
Yeah, I think Quinn's going to be feeling himself after that one, dodging the, look at that, dodging another spike carapace as well, as he's not just taking any damage, he refuses to be stunned here. My goodness, this is quite a difficult game here. Snaking connects onto the stun, but Quinn very happy to just continue playing as aggressively as he has been here. Really fancy moves out from him, of course, on his trademark Spirit. I would say probably the Ember Spirit, although he's been playing a hell of a lot of Void because he's been in the meta. Ember is probably, I think, his best.
I would agree so. He's showing it, right? Like how he's dominating 9 now, coming to a level 8, level 7, 9. They go for the Earth Spirit, but I think MSS can still get away. In fact, Quinn will get yet another kill thanks to Sleight of Fist.
He just kind of underestimated how long he had actually silenced that Puck for, especially because the Nyx, or sorry, the AA was right in front of him. But it didn't matter. Quinn just has way too much damage. He's already maxed Sleight of Fist, like you say, as they're going to now look for the kill onto Fanta. MSS, he's got a Boulder Smash in a second. He's going to get frozen here, but I think it's fine because there's just nobody alive to follow up on that. As well as, of course, having these infused raindrops. Viper Strike, into the triangle goes Quincy Crew. They're going to get this next kill onto Snaking for free. This is turning into an ugly one here in favor of Quincy Crew, 12-0.
Quincy, how do you stop? Oh, sorry, Tundra. How do you stop Quincy right now? What is your plan to get back into this game? The Lifestealer is going for Maelstrom, so very definitely a farming build, not the Armlet. That might give you a bit of a power spike there to play around. Your Puck has been really denied, so you don't really have a space creator. Neither can your Timber. You just give it time, cut lanes of Timber and Puck, and pray that Quincy become a bit weaker, because their late game is really strong with the Spectre as well.
It is, yeah. They're not looking too shabby, really, at any stage of the game, especially with a start like this on top of the Spectre, who now has maxed the Spectral Dagger. Into the fountain she goes. Has Echo Saber. I assume she's calling for a fight down bottom, and it looks like it because DD activated by Quinn. They're going to smoke onto Skitter here, looking to try and get the jump onto him. There's going to be the rolling boulder, not in time. He's going to try and TP away. That means there's no possibility for a kill here, but at least they can look for the tower. So we're going to hold on to Haunts for now. Yuar will TP mid, make sure that there's no push in return, and Quincy Crew just doing the best with a failed gank. Good effort, though.
Quincy Crew, with his domination, they're going to start taking over the enemy jungle a bit, as we see them try to hunt 9. They know 9 is in full recovery mode, so they can do this pretty safely. And they actually swap the Viper up top in case the Timber wants to continue pushing this tower. They don't even want to give him the chance of taking a tier 1. Once Lilith gets the Atos as well, the Timber has to be really careful. He won't even be able to join in these fights because Nether talks him with the Atos and he might just die to the poison attacks.
Yeah, pretty much. They are TPing 2 heroes down bottom now. Snaking under the cover of Vendetta, looking to try and punish Quinn here. We'll see if they can get this one done. They also actually bring Skitter infested in 9. There's going to be the stun to follow through as they have gotten at least now through the Flame Guard. And leashed up. I don't believe that Quinn is making it out of this one alive. 4-time skill streak bounty ended and fed it to Skitter.
Very, very good kill. At some point. They needed to stop the Ember to make sure that they can at least stabilize somewhat. Get rid of this constant ganking. Because Skitter went for this firing build, he's actually recovering at a quite swift pace.
Courier has been killed.
The Pucking now go for kills together with the Timber, and they'll recover by just pushing out lanes. And Quincy has not taken any objectives either, so at least you haven't reduced the map control completely by Tundra. He's just dominating in terms of kills, really.
Yep.
I mean, 12 kills for 1k lead is not that sizable. Tundra can totally still recover.
Definitely. Yeah. Luckily, because we are playing like such a late game hero as the Spectre, you're not too concerned about this. If this is like an Ursa, or if this is like a, I don't know, who has a really fighting core.
Even maybe
a troll, yeah, like I'd be more concerned, but it's Spectre. We're cool, guys. Let's not worry about it. We just need to stop the other 4 heroes from getting too out of control, make sure we can continue farming on our Lifestealer, and we'll be good to go.
Okay. I agree with you. As long as they keep putting the pressure, they don't need to get a humongous lead. It's just about being more or less even. 9. Ooh, they didn't get the Earth Spike. Even with the Finger of Death, 9 will survive, but here comes your wall with the Echo Saber, surprising 9, and they'll get the kill thanks to that Sleight of Fist. Yawar knows no chill. The man literally sees a kill and he goes right for it. 3-3 could be in a solo bad position. There's still no Aethos, but they have silence for 3-3. Knight's Earth Spike 3-3 is going to fall. Hex right into the Lifestealer, so he can't join the fray, but they will still get the kill here on MSS. Last hit here by Skinner, as they will take Nyx's life in return.
Radiant's middle tower is
these fights are starting to look real ugly for Tundra, unfortunately. They're just trying to, you know, do their best here and hold on. Like at this stage, the way that Quincy are playing this, they're not really giving them much of a choice. It's either we have all the farm on the map and you go nowhere and do nothing, or you have to fight us when we're still a little bit stronger than you. It is only a 2k net worth lead, but the levels aren't looking too bad. Actually, quite notably, Fata does not have level 6 yet at minute 14. So that's probably the biggest difference maker. He's going to get it now, but MSS is going to look to try and get the solo kill onto him. Without Magnetize, a little bit difficult, so he's going to need a +1 with the Lion. There's another rotation coming through, courtesy of Quinn, but LOA and Quinn here are going to be able to converge onto Fata. Stun is going to find him, and that's another kill for Quinn.
Well, small kill on the Ancient Apparition, but it's the matter of putting the pressure on it and go anywhere. Neither their own jungle nor your jungle. Okay, I don't know what MSS just did there.
He's warded.
He's warded. He's becoming a ward, and he's getting de-warded. Bye-bye, MSS.
Not the best ward I've seen, unfortunately. We are missing quite notably an Arteezy spray from here, but that's okay. We'll forgive that one for now.
That's true. I agree. Where is the Arteezy? I mean, I guess if you're Quincy, you're not allowed to buy it because they're your #1 NA enemy, right?
I suppose, yeah. Rival, right?
Yes.
I think enemy's a little... No, enemy? Okay.
Enemy. This is the 100% enemy.
Okay.
I've seen the looks they give each other, you know.
Very true, very true.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Still no tower taken in the entire game. 15 minutes in. Not necessarily a slow game.
I think Nine's just going to die here to the attacks from the Ember.
Yeah.
Quinn just got I mean, I can't even imagine. I don't know if that was a free. Yeah, completely free. He went in with the illusory orb to the lane, so he had no escape whatsoever. At least in exchange, you take a tower for Tundra. It's not that bad in terms
They're
of
going to get out of the way. Well, they hit the stun, but he's going to walk back into the Ice Blast anyway, and Skitter's got too much damage. Down he goes. Counter initiation is coming, though. Skitter without rage for a couple of seconds. Worst case scenario, though, he's got Infest, so he can just hop inside something and run away. So doesn't seem too likely that Quincy crew get the kill onto Skitter. They might have been able to find snaking if they really pushed for it, but they're just going to go ahead and resume farming. 33 in the meantime, though, after these couple of skirmishes, has managed to dispatch up that top tier 1 tower at least, so we're just about even in terms of map pressure. Mid tower, of course, being the big difference maker here in favor of Quincy.
Radiant's bottom tower
so
is under attack.
This is the weakness, of course, of Quincy's draft, but they like to dominate. They can choke the enemy, but they don't have as much push to really make that work, so they can't take complete map control. However, they just need to continue getting kills, as they do here against the Nyx Assassin. There's the Infest I was talking about in the draft. Will they still commit for this? Seems dangerous. In fact, SVG could now be caught. Grazed by the Ice Blast will be sufficient to finish him off. They go back in, Spike Carpets. There's the hunt, though, from behind. Where's Yawar going for Fata? The easiest of the kills. They also stop snaking thanks to the run of Aethos. Fata will die. The supporting partner will follow in his footsteps.
Perhaps Skitter's got to get out of this fight. He's got plenty of stick charges here in case he does need to get an Enrager, but he has no Infest. Go down bottom, continue pushing with 9, but Quincy, yeah, they're keen to follow through on this. See if they can punish 9 for looking to farm it to this one last wave. Should be able to, yeah, escape into the trees. He now has enough money for the Blitz Knuckles, but Yawar still has vision on him thanks to the Spectral Dagger. Another roll forward, they connect into the Silence, and that's another kill here onto 9.
Strike, 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 strike!
He's just dying to try and make space. Unfortunately for him, they've got some of the best hunters against your Tinkers, against your split pushers, right? I mean, Earth Spirit's fantastic at it. Ember Spirit is you know, also no joke when it comes to punishing the split pushes and killing the rats. And Spectre, of course, with Haunt is just immediately there, as well as having freedom of movement with the Spectral Dagger. So it's a really difficult game here for Tundra if they plan on creating space using the puck, cutting these sideways, because it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, if the puck has got kind of denied, honestly. QCY really targeting him every single time they see him out of position, just punishing him with the superior Ember that deals just a fair amount of damage here. Lelis against 3, it seems like. I don't know if this is the play, Lelis. He's going to get eaten up by the Lifestealer. Ice Blast, of course, hit. And thanks to the Infest, Fata will even survive this.
Yeah, he will. Nice play. I told
you, that's how Team Spirit does it. You gotta use the Infest to save your teammates, particularly the Ancient Apparition and Nyx.
Some squishy boys definitely don't want to be feeding free kills on over to Lelis after he does end up dropping, basically giving up his own life for not much gain. I like Lelis' build here. Ooh, okay.
Big coil for... They really hate SVG. Goodbye.
Oh, I got him.
I mean, yeah, the Lelis skill seems more valuable, but you already had a Dream Coil spare. You're like, I'm not going to fight now that Lelis is dead, so I might as well use it on the Lion. Sure. Yeah.
Speaking of Lelis' build here, 33 should be good to go here. Quinn does have the Searing Chains at the ready. He's going to connect them, but unfortunately out of range of MSS's roll. Doesn't quite have this level 10 talent. He's just maybe like 10 XP away. Yeah, he's 7 experience points away from having that talent. Scotty, sorry, not Scotty, holy moly. The Max Style finished up in mid lane. They are going again. For Fanta, this time there's no Infest to save him. He is going to die, solo kill here for Quinn. Using context clues, he could discern that there was an Ancient Apparition around attempting to just Ice Vortex lanes. I don't know, he doesn't really have the shard, of course, it's 19 minutes, so wasn't doing much else there.
Oh, he feels good if you Ice Vortex the lane, at least it slows them down. Yep. Best thing an Ancient Apparition could do before you get the shard. It's like a Bane before he gets a shard, he like rain taps one creep, he's like, guys, I'm pushing the lane out. I believe in me. Not much else you can afford.
It feels so bad that Bane, unfortunately, can't just be that good of a hero, because there's only 2 heroes that naturally reduce healing. One of them being the Ancient Apparition by 100% with the ultimate, but also Enfeeble reduces your healing by something like 30% at level 1, which you'd think would be a lot stronger versus, you know, the healing meta that we kind of have. Here goes Quinn, though, into the river.
Quinn. Fail with it as well. The Haunt's counter initiate. Quinn still frozen solid. He hasn't been able to move this whole fight. Now silence. Quinn unable to evade that last bit of damage. They will catch out the mid laner as a return though. QCY already got 3 hits for Quinn. They're quite happy with this Skitter. He was trying to maybe go into a creep, but the silence surprised him. Instead goes inside the Timbersaw. Tundra, they really want to still fight this. Apparently they do, as they run to the high ground. In another toxin they are. They tried to burst on Yawar, but Yawar will last this. Bursting instead of snaking Skitter. Putting Yawar 1v1. They have to help out Yawar somehow. Yawar, the Spectral Dagger, he's just going to walk away. He's fine. In fact, now it's Skitter, who's in trouble. Earthspike, they're controlling it. The Lotus Orb is not going to help him enough. Point stack still piled on. And Skitter will fall. SVG, though, in return, will also die. MSS, his rolling boulder gets blocked. And that means not an escape route. He will also die.
It's a dieback, though, here for our Nyx Assassin. It's at the end of the day, it's only 3 deaths. Of course, Quinn dying to start off that engagement eats most of the ultimates, which gives QCY the utmost of confidence just to run right into the triangle and continue fighting. Pretty damn nice, I want to say, versus the likes of Tundra. I mean, that came down to the wire here for getting that kill onto Skitter. Genuinely, if Lion and Earth Spirit both were not constantly hitting him with the auto attacks, I don't think they get that kill. And of course, that last kick, I think, even though it does also in some way condemn MSS because he gets kicked backwards thanks to the Lotus, he does kick the Lifestealer back away from his team and into that Nether Toxin. So it's a really, really easy kill for Lelis after that. Nice fight from QCY.
Yeah, well, it was a pretty good fight for QCY. I feel like they... I also have to say that Tundra re-engaging once they had the... Like once the Infest came out and everything, so you lost your main escape method, and also re-engaging in middle of Nether Toxin was a bit of an odd choice. Like, Lelis just got Nether Toxin in a choke point. They also had a lot of control for you there with the Lion on top of that. I don't know if you were going to get away with that. Like, you even lose Feast and Ghoul Friends in the middle of Nether Toxin, right? That seemed like an unnecessary play by Tundra. They could have done away with an okay fight, even if not a good one, compared to the loss of losing your carry there.
Second death for Quinn, though, but now that killing him in a similar manner is going to be a lot more difficult thanks to the BKB he has. They're going to smoke off here and look for a good pick off. 33, they could kill him, but that's not the ideal target, so instead they'll go into the triangle here, looking to wrap around, maybe meet some enemies by the tier 2 tower.
Let's see, they will find Nixon for sure. Hex, Earthspike on top of that. Snaking in trouble. They aim with the defense for now. Spike Carpet, out comes the Lifestealer. They already lost Snaking, but they will be able to get a counter kill result on Nemesis. Skinner has been ruined. The hunt's been used, and now Skinner is in trouble. Dead immediately. Fata won't be able to survive this either. 3-3 has lasted forever, but nothing. He's out of mana completely, so they're just going to take their time finishing him off. Quincy crew playing so aggressive with the Awara Spectre and working to their favor. Tundra does not know what to do once the hunt comes out.
This was a really good play out from Quincy crew. Both of these supports are just not afraid to die as long as they get off both of their all their spells. We didn't see a Finger of Death there, unfortunately, because he does get jumped there, the line in the middle of the fight. But great play from MSS. He immediately identifies the right target to go on top of after the 2-man Earthspike out from the Lion, and continues locking down the Ancient Apparition. Not like the AA would have been in too great of a spot, but it does then force Skidder to choose between his two favorite supports. He chooses the Nyx Assassin. We end up buying back on the Ancient Apparition, who dies back anyway, and it turns into just a really, really bad fight. Great usage there on the Haunts by Yawar. Immediately to one, then onto the other to set up for the kill onto the 33 Timbersaw.
The Haunt pretty much deals with the Ancient Apparition alone, so they're not really concerned themselves with the Ice Blast. Constantly, the Infest needs to be used to save one of his teammates, but always in the retreat factor. Oh, they caught him to 9 with Finger of Death. He's been decimated. Nothing that Tundra can do to save him there. 9, honestly, is looking more like a support this game than a mid laner.
Yawar's fighting Snaking up top lane. For fun, I guess. Getting all of his mana burned at least, but there's no way that Nyx Assassin's going to be able to pop that Aegis all by himself. Thought at least looking to re-establish some vision in his triangle. We'll be able to get the D ward, and we're approaching the Satanic now for Skidder. He's already got the Reaver and the Morbid Mass, so just needs a bit more now for the Claymore, and I'll have a secondary dispel for him, so...
Not bad. That's a way to get rid of the poison attacks or the Searing Chains. I think the two most annoying things of this game.
And the silence especially.
Like Juman to Grimace stopped him a couple of times.
In fact, MSS has chosen to do something quite rare that I don't see too much on the Earth Spirit. He's actually maxed Geomagnetic Grip before the Boulder Smash. It's a bold move, but I like it. Normally, you max the Smash because it's just so much damage, but honestly, your team doesn't really need you for the damage. They need you for the lockdown. This game, anyway.
And the science, we've seen how impactful it is, you know, having that immediate lockdown of both the Puck or a Lifestealer. That plus the Hex, right? I wasn't really considering in the draft, I was thinking, oh, Hex is 0 cast point stun, but honestly, the grip is very close to that as well. Almost instant.
Yeah.
Then Axe on Viper as well to deal with the Lifestealer Rage, you know? That's a big deal.
Yeah, that was something I was going to point out a little bit earlier, but then we just kept fighting here, of course. Pretty high kill game. What is this? 44 kills in 26 minutes. Yes, please. This is why we needed the NA teams in the tournament. Otherwise, you know, it would be maybe 10 kills total right now if this was...
What are you saying? Where's this NA pride coming from? That's not even true. Have you watched the leagues at all, you disgusting American? This man is casting CIS. It's like, oh, I have such an A pride. Look at Quincy go.
Eastern Europe.
So quiet the first game.
Great silence. They're going to be able to stop him from getting out the spiked Carapace. Another kill there. That's going to be their source of vision to try and start off a fight on the right foot. Skidder unable to deny the tower. LOA. A little bit early on the Blink Dagger. Was hoping for the Hex.
Push into the high ground now, I guess. You know, what's stopping you? BKB on the puck, just so you can survive a bit longer, but you still have no utility, just survivability here. I mean, the Witchblade is all you can really do. I don't really... I mean, you have an Aegis, so you're kind of conditioned to push high ground, but you don't have the best high ground push right now, so it's like, you try, and then, yeah, you don't succeed, you just retreat. Take control of the triangle, perhaps push other lanes instead.
Yeah, and now starting these fights off, I think it's a bit easier now that Puck has this BKB, which is the reason we see BKB before, say, a Blink Dagger or an Aghanim Scepter, which is of a very similar price points here to the BKB. Furthermore, we're going now for the Aeon Disc on Snaking. He just needs the money for the recipe, and then he can also afford to tank a couple of spells here in these early engagements to try and get his team off on the right foot. He's sneaking around, though. They do have a Sentry to watch him, so now they know, obviously, he's under vision. BKB active by 9 to avoid the silence from MSS. Quincy still sticking around, very willing to fight into this one. Haunt at the ready, not that Yawar is too far anyway.
Of course, that BKB is a big deal, though. Not only is that your 9-second BKB wasted, but also now it's on cooldown, so it gives full freedom for Quincy to the fight. They want to go for Quinn, not activating the flame guard, then just catching with the Impale. He thought the BKB, he can't get away though. They're gonna lose their mid laner, that means Yawar.
Oh, whoa, he haunted in.
Actually go in, but just to farm, apparently Dream Call on the back line, so catch SVG. He saw the Hex Finger that's available. Load of Sword, but he just punished SVG, but now he's dead first. And Yawar, still man fighting Skinner, realizing that might not be the best matchup, going for 3-3 instead. As a basher, there's the Magnetize used by MSS, but Yawar, without the help of Quinn, he's just not that strong. He needs to get away. He still has the Aegis though to his name. Will avoid that cold feet, will not get frozen solid. Quincy Crew will at least be able to get away with the puck kill.
Yep. Good fights by Quincy, still able to pick that one off. It does almost cost the life of the Viper, almost the first life of the Aegis. Dare I say that this does strike me as very similar to their games. I want to say it was the T1 series where they just were able to pick off Quinn a couple of times in the playoff bracket, and still Quincy Crew still able to take a couple of 4v5 fights. Pretty close game here between the two, despite the 10k net worth lead, especially if they can string together kills in that fashion. I think Quinn is going to be a little bit more careful now. He almost has enough money for the Aghanim Scepter, which is going to make him a bit of a harder catch and allow him to dive even further in these fights.
Aegis just got reclaimed, so Yawar won't be able to go as ham anymore, or actually won't be conditioned to go as ham. I think he wasn't doing that much in these fights. Like, he needs the Ember to create that chaos for the Haunt to work, but Quinn is going for the perfect item for that once he gets. It's going to work a bit better for Quincy. I feel like their lineup is solid if they can just take the fight in their own terms. If Tundra can initiate, especially if they can take down an Ember or something like that, it becomes much more difficult. Actually take these fights. The core-to-core between Lifestealer and Spectre is still a good one for Lifestealer, especially with Satanic.
Tower is under attack.
A little bit of server Kale here. Spectating out from C, that'll happen every now and then, but looks like it was just on my end. All the players continuing to play like normal, like nothing even happened.
If we were watching T1, it wouldn't happen. That's the reality of it.
Is under attack.
True. True.
Put us on the wrong stream.
Aeondis is not almost finished though for snaking. Again, it's going to be a nice item for him to have just so he can afford to tank 1 or 2 of these spells. We're going for now a third dispel on Skitter as he's queued up the BKB, already has the Mithril Hammer in the inventory, and the Satanic completed. So that's 2 dispels with the Rage. LOA with his own Aeon Disc now being completed. That's going to be Quinn finishing off Ags here in just maybe one more wave, one more camp.
I think it would be a big deal. He might even consider going for Shard afterwards. Shard's quite solid. No more Pyramid charges. You get the extra AoE, so you can actually use them to just push waves super easily. And then you pretty much become kind of a brood mother, honestly, on Ember when you get the Ag Shard. Lanes get pushed so quickly. Tundra will have a difficult time closing this game quickly, and then you can just farm endlessly on a Spectre, hope for a nice late game. Or Spectre eventually does beat out a Lifestealer just by sheer power.
Smoke play though from Quincy Crew. D-Rune already active though on Nyx Assassin, I want to say, so not the best person to be carrying it. Wanted to be able to sniff them out there, I believe, with the Syrian with the Sleight of Fist. Trying yet again, but won't find anyone there this time. Or dropped, giving them some good vision, but that's going to be scouted by Thata. And Tundra, not wanting to fight underneath the ward, will go ahead and back away and now decide to hold high ground.
Quincy's just taking a chill pill now. They know they can take this longer. It's up to Tundra to do something now that they have a little bit of a... I mean, I wouldn't say a power spike, but they're looking capable of getting kills. And this is the best bet they have. So they can going in, hoping for a spike Carpus kill on the Ember, punishing him hard, and then from them forcing a team fight like they did earlier. And if they can control Roshan as well, which is probably the next objective by Quincy Crew, that would be ideal for her.
Yeah, I think if we... Like, it just, the next fight feels really difficult if the next fight happens to be with this Eye of Scotty completed for Yawar. Now that he's got enough money for the second ultimate orb, I think it's kind of inevitable, unfortunately. Especially because it's going to be not too long of a roast, but 1 minute, I think you can definitely farm up that 1200 gold here. Especially if you use Haunts. They're going to go top lane, actually, onto Skitter completely alone. Rage now active. He still has Satanic, but he's going to try and stand his ground and fight, but taken down, bashed even as the Satanic is activated. And killed off as he was left all alone up top lane. one way to get your way towards that point booster. As that should be Eye of Scotty nearly completed. Still 45 seconds till Roach's respawn. It's going to be LOA leading them aggressively, charging, diving underneath where the tier 2 tower used to be. His flamethrower activated by 33, but it's not helping him a bit. Silence, and now broken by the Nether Toxin. He will be taken down. They've got the vision now for Snaking, stunned up by the Earthquake. A secondary stun, courtesy of MSS with the rolling boulder. 4 dead across the map here for Tundra, just like that.
Okay, with that, Quincy Crew should have the liberty to just go high ground, honestly. I mean, they probably will just try to check Roshan because why not if it comes back, but you can force one lane to Rax. They force a couple of buybacks here from Tundra. If I was Tundra, I would just let the Rax fall, frankly. You have no shard on the Viper yet, so your push is a bit slower, but it'll do. And as you can see, MSS already checked the Roshan. It's up. That's going to allow Quincy Crew to take the lane Rax and back. They can do really valuable objectives. I don't know how Tundra recovers anymore, to be honest. I feel like Quincy Crew has a good draft for this point of the game and already a huge lead.
Yeah, and now Roshan is up. MSS is about to scout it if they don't already know. There he is. Hello, Roshan is here. Second Roche, Aegis Cheese, and this Aghanim Shard. You just pointed out, of course, Lolis doesn't have it quite yet, and now I think they might just end up giving it to him. I also could see a use, though, for LOA holding on to that Aghanim Shard. Maybe if you want to give it to MSS. I think MSS is third on that list, though. Probably first is support bias here. LOA, then Lelis, then MSS.
I would say it's Lelis because you're at the point where you're sieging high ground, right?
Okay.
Because you're at the point of sieging high ground, the shard on him is quite useful. But again, if he's going to buy it himself, then he's like, now they're considering it's like, do you have enough gold to buy the shard yourself? In which case, just give it to a support, might as well. But the only other shard that's good for sieging high ground is MSS's, right? LOA is decent, but it's not going to help you finish the... And I don't think you're struggling to get these... That should be the mentality for Quincy. Just need to finish.
I'll see that. To me, though, the way they finish this game is not like a slow siege. I think, to me, the way they get into this game is they just have, quite literally, everyone just dive up to the high ground. You are haunting, and that's the way they finish the game.
Fair, but Viper's not a slow siege either. This is my armor reduction. Oh, there's a haunt. There's what you talk about. Instead of not diving into the high ground, so you get better for them. Can he at least kill the support? That's the goal here. Going for Fanta first. Manta style, nice, avoiding some damage. Finger of death to get rid of Snaking. Skinner's still alive. 9 from behind. Drinko off to 3. 9 Bloody giving to the can't kill him. The ice blast will finish out MSS. 9 still vulnerable. Quincy Crew need to find some better kills here. The Infest heals back 9. Lelis will fall here on top of that. 3-3 will die as a result to you are. Snaking still hunting for more kills. He does have the Impale. No, sorry, he does not have the Impale. Had to use that dispersion, didn't quite get it. Quinn, in fact, will be the one that's caught out, and Quincy Crew will lose their 4th member. Tundra. Yes, they forced a bunch of buybacks from them, but they did get a winning fight, and this might secure Roshan for them. A pretty big deal, actually.
Yeah, 3 buybacks to be precise, and yeah, I'm surprised that Quincy really dove that far up, despite not really, that fight didn't really look that good for them, to be honest. I'm surprised they went as far as they did. And everyone with buyback here now, as we can see, Quincy Crew are going to consider dropping a couple of their own, but Skitter not too bad at doing Roshan here. Doesn't have a ton of stats, but they will be able to get through this one rather quickly. Here's now going to be Yawar throwing in the... Oh, wait, he did try to snatch another Aegis. It's still on the deck. No one's picked it up. Now finally Skitter's got it. They've managed to get the kill, though, on the meantime, onto Snaking. And still into the Roach Pit. Skitter attempting, I think, not TPing out. He's got BKB TP if he needs it for the second life. Might just have to do that, but he's going to get hexed up immediately first. Into the Finger of Death. He's just gone immediately on the second life. 33 still trying to escape, but now Quinn coming back with a vengeance is going to be able to finish him off after the triple buyback from Quincy Crew.
I love that Quincy's had to fight that. They're like, yeah, what do we need buybacks if not to secure Roshan? Very well played there by Quincy. Quinn actually stole the cheese and the shard there in the middle of the fight. Only the Aegis went the way of Skitter. Fast hands, Quinn. CCNC always cool, calm, and collected. In this case, he was collecting all the Roshan items.
That's not even the first time he's stolen stuff from the Aegis on the Ember Spirit in the past 2 weeks. He's a serial offender. This time there's no such doom. I think it was Cuckoo Doom last time that shut down that game for Quincy Crew, but this time they don't got to worry about it. The offlaner, 33 dead for an entire minute, and the base open for the taking.
Alright, time to take down the Millivax. I mean, I think you can just go and finish the tier 4s. You must know there's no buybacks here. On the Timbersaw, you know, on Nix, you know, on Lifestealer, you want to force out. Lelis does have the shard as well. The minus armor is super useful, pushing a bit faster. And also the Dragon skill on top of that. Yeah, look at that. See? It's not a slow push, dude. This shard is really, really good on Viper.
On they go.
9, Dream Coil onto 2-way on this guy's with Brock. 9, I think he's not gonna last forever. And SVG is waiting for it. He just wants to get that kill. Lelis is going for the throne. There's the Hawk. Trying to murder 9. They'll succeed. Snaking as well. The throne is now at the mercy of Quincy Crew. Lelis is doing his job, poisoning the throne to death. And Quincy Crew